To motor west, travel my way, take the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. It winds from Chicago to LA, more than 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Now you go through St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, and Oklahoma City. Look mighty pretty, you see Amarillo.
I've lived here almost 6 years.
12 years.
My entire life, so 17 years.
I was born and raised here.
Get hip to this time with tip. When you make that gal off on your chip.
I like that it's really small, easy to get around.
Well, like, I finished up just my homework.
I also like that there's seasons too.
I remember nice having
nice to have snow every now and then.
Oh, goodness. It's really different living in a college town these days. Flagstaff is a lot better than Shello.
Yeah, I'll take a picture.
And I don't know. The people are nicer here, I guess.
It's really small, so you know everybody. Like, maybe it's not so small that you go to the mall and everyone you see is everybody you know. It's big enough that you can meet new people. So you're always connected to someone. It's like the 6 degrees of separation totally applies to Flagstaff. It is nice to have this kind of family feel to everywhere you go.
I don't know, you just get really close to all your friends because there's not really much else to do.
The weather is one. There's also a different demographic too, like the Latino community is pretty big.
I know you
like
say
that meant the Catholic influence was also pretty big. Like there were a lot of churches everywhere, but at least in my experience, you kind of have to look for that.
There's not a lot. It's like a bigger version, kind of. Like the people are a lot different.
I prefer to live in a little bit bigger of a city just because I don't really like small cities. After being to Budapest, coming back to Flagstaff was just kind of, it was too small. It was too claustrophobic and confined.
It's a lot bigger. That was more of a recreation. There's nothing there in the wintertime. This is a community that functions year-round.
I probably would have gone to school at Follows.
I feel like I would have grown up to be very different. Like maybe not as trusting, because growing up in Flagstaff, I left my phone on the bus, and the bus called me and it's like, we found your phone. So if that had happened in Budapest, your phone would be gone forever. So I'd grown up in a bigger city like Budapest, I might be more protective of my things and less trusting of strangers.
I wonder if I'd be a hippie. Probably be a lot meaner if I lived somewhere else. Because I'm kind of mean now sometimes. Me and my sheltered existence.
Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingman, Boston, San Bernardino.
I like that it's a small town, but I also hate that it's a small town. I mean, you see the same people in a lot of the places, which is kind of cool. But like sometimes you're really at a loss of what to do. You feel like you've done everything there is to do here within a couple of years. It can get a little boring sometimes, but that just means you have to get a little creative.
It's not a lot to do here. Yeah.
City transportation. Like here, we just walk or drive everywhere. In Budapest, you're on the bus or on the subway everywhere you're going. It's ridiculous how many people are just like pouring out of the ground. And it's the big city atmosphere, like it smells like rotten eggs, and everywhere you go people don't really make eye contact because it's a big city. If you smiled at everybody, that would just be too much smiling.
Probably that it's kind of expensive to live here, and it's tough to find a really good job.
There's just not much to do. That's about it. You know, I spend most of my time at home.
I like it so far. So I had a good college experience here, and now I'm kind of doing a civilian experience, so that's kind of cool.
That's nice here. I love being out there, even though it's so
Thank you.
bipolar. I don't know. It's a nice place to live.
Beautiful.
Growing up in Flagstaff, it's been fun, and now that I've grown up here and been raised to be a good civilian, I'd like to go somewhere else and experience the real world.
Once you get hip to this tiny tip, when you make that Cadillac on your trip, get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66.